Guys, what's up and welcome back to a new video. So I hope you all are having an amazing day. Today's video is all about discussing what kind of parts are actually within this computer here. This thing is by far, I've said this multiple times already, this thing is by far my most favorite computer I've ever had in my life. It's the second computer I've had. It could be technically three because I did have a monitor that was a computer and a monitor, but like it was trash and we had to get rid of it ASAP. So I literally had it for maybe a month and that was it. But this guy here, it's a full-on gaming PC. It's absolutely everything I've ever wanted. If I ever had more money in my bank account, if I had actually tons of money in my bank account, I would for sure either get another one of these or I would get the biggest and best computer Digital Storm possibly has. So I know I've already done a review over Digital Storm and I did forget to mention one thing, so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. The one thing that I don't like about Digital Storm is that when you buy your PC, they don't give you live updates every single day. It's more like I had to wait for stage 1 for like 2 or 3 weeks, okay? Then I didn't hear anything after that, and they give very little updates, but it's more of like the suspense and the surprise, so I understand that. Now, again, nothing against Digital Storm. I love them. I love this computer to death. It's like the best thing I've ever purchased in my entire life. It is absolutely one of a kind. Or actually, it's definitely not one of a kind, but it's definitely amazing, and I will definitely keep in business with them in the future because they're just a great computer company. I was about to buy from NZXT, but I'm glad I didn't. I mean, no hate to them either, but I just think this is better. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and get the overall general information for this thing because there's so many different parts in here that I gotta like actually look through the list and see what part is which, because otherwise I'm not gonna know. But this video, I'm just going to get into the main components like the graphics card, the cooling, fans, everything like that. So that's really it, because otherwise I could be here all day naming every single part and that would not be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that part. If you guys saw the last video or the other video where I reviewed this thing, literally this is a documentation folder. I mean, there's literally so much within this thing. It's like, I wouldn't say it's disgusting, but it's a little bit of an info. So I'm just gonna read you guys some of the parts that were in here that are basically the most important parts. So this video gets a little bit boring. I apologize, but this is just a parts video. So to give the first thing, so we have the processor. It's an Intel Core i7 and it is a 9700K. It's got 4.9 gigahertz with a turbocharger, I think, 8 core and 3.6 gigahertz of that. So my old computer, which was an Alienware, that had an Intel Core i5 3300K, so this is a little bit of an upgrade. Now what I really wanted was an i9, but those things are like $200 or $300 more than an i7, so I'm perfectly fine with that. It would have been overkill anyways, but oh well. The next most important part that we have within this computer would be the motherboard. It's an Asus/MSI Intel Z390 chipset, and it's got up to 2 times, I don't even know what this is, PCI-E devices. It's got no SLI support. To be honest, I don't know what that is, but I just know the motherboard's really good, and it's actually a huge motherboard, so I don't know. I'm happy, dudes. I mean, it's great. It's not loud. I love it. The system memory. It's got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 performance, like system memory. My bathroom just has to make noise today, doesn't it? Now I'm gonna close this bathroom right now. Oh, it doesn't make any noise anymore. The next thing that it has is the power supply. Now my old computer, I want to say I had a 250 watt power supply, if even that. I don't even know if it did have that. But this one has a, actually I don't think it had that because it didn't have the switch in the back, like an on and off button. So this one has a 750 watt thing, so this thing is absolutely massive. It's got 500 gigabytes of Digital Storm SSD card and a 2 terabyte Seagate storage as well. So this thing is freaking massive, dude. I could edit on this if I wanted to, which I will in the future, but right now it's just a matter of getting used to this thing and actually seeing what it can do. So for the next thing that we have is the graphics card. So the graphics card, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in between that and the graphics card, but I'm just gonna read the graphics card because again, I'm just wanting to give you guys the most important parts. So the graphics card is a GeForce RTX 2070 8 gigabyte. It's VR ready, so which means that VR is a really big like program you can put on this thing. So in reality, it's like really good graphics card. Like the best one I think is a Titan, and I think those things are let alone $14,000. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I think they're that expensive. They're a couple thousand at least, I know that. So, after that, we have a extreme cooling H2O. So it's a stage 2 digital storm vortex 240 millimeter liquid CPU cooler. I've never had this before, and it's actually permanent, so you don't have to keep on changing it and maintaining it yourself. The computer does it for you, which is fabulous, because especially for somebody who doesn't know about CPU cooling, it's great. So the good part about this is that every time I play Fortnite or anytime I run the computer for a long period of time, it helps run the computer and keep it cool. And I know there's I think there's 4 fans in here. It helps with that too. So the CPU cooling just does it even more. It helps it cool down more. Alright, so actually reading over the rest of the components in here, there's not too much more. Actually, there's actually really nothing more that's important within the computer that you'd really look for. So now guys, reality, what I'm trying to say, for there's not too many more important parts, is that there's big parts. So the graphics card, the motherboard, the cooling, the fans, everything. So those are big parts. The smaller parts that actually make everything run properly, I mean, you could go on and on with that list. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you can keep going on and on about it, but this is just basically what this is. I didn't mention the RGB lighting because you really don't need that. I mean, it's not an important thing. It just makes the computer look really cool. I mean, I kind of recommend it because otherwise it just is a normal computer. So that's the computer. So this is a Digital Storm LYNX. Obviously the title's gonna have the exact name for it because I don't know what the exact name for it is. I just know it's a LYNX. But in my opinion, they say the best bang for your buck is the standard version. But in my opinion, if you're wanting to do what I'm doing, which is streaming, editing, doing a whole bunch of stuff that, I mean, I really just can't name right now, this computer is like, I think it's the ultimate version. So you're spending a pretty penny on it, but at the same time, you're not breaking the bank, because when me and my dad did the research over like building our own PC, I think it was going to be around $3,000 to $5,000 or more than that, and that was to get everything we wanted. And that'd be including no warranty for company service, that would be no recovery stick, which is if the computer crashes, there would be no extra hardware, there would be nothing. So with the company service and the price point, it fit perfectly, okay? So, in my opinion, I still highly recommend Digital Storm. I'm not sponsored by them. I hope I will be someday, but just not today. But this is the video of what kind of parts are within the system. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love it. So if you guys want to go check them out, I will put a link down in the description for Digital Storm. You guys can just go check out what kind of computers they have. They have gaming computers, they have workstations, which are more complex and actually more expensive because they do a whole lot more. Then you have gaming PCs, and I think there's monitors too, which I just went for the gaming PC, but I love this thing. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and help me try to get like 500 subscribers within this month of June. Be greatly appreciated. So guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Ice cream. Outro.